Hey Cancer, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These are general readings. We're going to take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, go check your other major placements. Major placements are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And I also believe they're any placement that you are excited about, interested in, exploring, particularly curious about at this moment in time. And it's not a problem for you to watch it because if we're taking what works and leaving what doesn't and not forcing scenarios to make sense in our life that just really don't, then it doesn't matter. If we're taking what works and leaving what doesn't, then you can watch whatever one strikes your fancy, whatever calls to you. All right, we're starting with my monster deck of intuitive oracle cards. And then we're going to move on to the Santa Muerte deck for a more traditional tarot spread. All right. Lots of work your light. All work your light cards today. Fascinating. Okay. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits soul tribe. So people following their intuition, leading you to the right person, the right people, your tribe coming together, but it's all very intuitive. It's not like someone went through the yearbook and picked out their tribe based on pictures, which is how my parents met. But because that could be intuitive too, like doing that. But this is a really intuitive situation, coming together, bringing people into your life that are meant to be here, for a season, for a reason, or for a lifetime. That last one's pretty unusual, but for a season and a reason, part of your soul tribe coming together here. And then we have a transformation. So you could be meeting somebody this week that's part of, or just connecting or reconnecting with someone that's part of your destiny, destined to connect with this person, making a new friend, meeting a kindred spirit, recognizing some sort of recognition that this person is part of your life, part of your path now. Transformation, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. I love this card. I love how she just feels like she's like becoming a goddess, right? And this halo that she has. It's reminding me of Hatshepsut, the Pharaoh queen. She went by Pharaoh because she was like, yeah, I don't want to go by queen or whatever the equivalent word was, because everybody thinks they're weak and lesser. So you will call me Pharaoh and I will wear all of the Pharaoh regalia. I will dress as a man in order to rule as a man with that level of power. So coming into some sort of power, which is requiring a deep healing at a cellular level, or. And then the ever unfolding rose, cracking open. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay, so something. This is like the Kurt Vonnegut quote, which keeps coming up this week. We know so little about life. We don't know what the good news is and what the bad news is. So there could be bad news that's actually good news. That's actually, but it's cracking open. And it's happening for you, not to you. So something happening this week isn't to torture you or torment you. It is to get you on your right path. It is to create this healing and to get you on the right path for these rendezvous with other souls this week. And then don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? This is also, you've got like two of my very favorite cards in this deck. Don't dim to fit in. This is a mantra. This is a great mantra. Don't dim to fit in, to have, rewiring that thinking that we have to be a certain way in order to be lovable. We have to fit in. We have to conform to expectations, and just reminding yourself that you don't. That's not how this is. Like I just see like this. Don't dim to fit in, is like, I feel like that's transformative for you. Like understanding that you came here with a path and a unique path, a unique soul. And when you're hiding it, or when you're not expressing it, or when you're more focused on what other people think of you than what you think of you or what you think of them. Oftentimes when I feel like I'm worried that, oh, what are they thinking about me right now? I've learned to switch that and be like, no. What do I think of them? What do I think of them? What do I think of how they're responding to who I am? Because I'm showing them who I am, and now I'm feeling insecure about, oh my gosh, what if they don't like what they just saw? And then I've learned to switch that and be like, okay, whatever. Do I appreciate how they're responding to me and how they are responding to what I just shared with them? And this is really this don't dim to fit in. This is how you find your soul tribe, right? We all know that by now. Like, you can't. I had a friend who was lying to our friend group, being honest with me, but lying to our friend group about what she was going through and what was happening. And I was like, I'm confused. What's going on? Because you're telling me this story. And she's like, well, you're getting the real story because I know you like to hear the truth. But they don't want to hear the truth. They wouldn't support me through this if they knew the truth. And so I'm doing them a big favor. It was pretty messed up thinking, really, really. This friendship ended because of this. And she was like, and they don't want to hear the truth. They want to support me through this. If they knew what was really happening, they wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm telling them, and I was like, but they're not supporting you. And you know that more than anybody. They're supporting a fabrication. They're supporting a fake you. How would that be helpful? Because you're not even being you. There are so many people that are okay with what you're doing, that are okay with this path that you're on. There are many people that are okay with it. Why not just be honest and find those people and find out if these people would support the real you? But I don't understand where the support comes from if you're being dishonest. You know you're being dishonest, so you know they're not actually supporting you. They're supporting a fabrication. That's something that you made up. It just didn't make any sense to me whatsoever, but that's because do not dim to fit in. You'll find your tribe. You'll find your tribe. If this isn't your tribe, that's fine. That's fine. You are finding your tribe. And finding what's not your tribe, the people that can't support the genuine real you, finding out who's not your tribe is an important part of finding out your tribe. And I feel like that's what, it's not happening for you, it's happening to you. So even if you find out that this group or these people or this person isn't for you, that's okay, because that's part of the process of elimination to getting closer to who you are. So you've got to come in fully, honestly with who you, I mean, it's funny because we're all like, be who you really are, and then you are who you really are, and half the people are like, oh my God, what are you doing? You're like, I'm being who I am. But that's how you find your tribe, by finding, part of that is by finding not your tribe, right? Who's not meant to be in your life? Who doesn't accept you for who you are and the journey that you are actually on? And when you're lying about that and you're not honest about that, you know that your tribe isn't actually supporting you. They're supporting a fake you. They're supporting a lie. They're supporting not you. And then that can just deepen that disconnect with who you are. And you may feel like you even further have to dim to fit in, because you know that this group is, or these people aren't accepting you for who you are. And then that can create more disconnect from your own soul and your own life path, and distract you and from finding your actual soul tribe. All right, Cancer. All right. There's a lot of stories coming out this week. I guess that's just my vibe this week. I'm not going to dim to fit in. I trust that people that like my style will find me, and people that don't like my style will leave. All right, Cancer, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, your possible outcome. Okay, in your recent past, you have this Tower energy. Life got rearranged. You didn't even know what box you put your books into. Like, just things got rearranged. The point of the Tower moment is to rearrange things so they can come back together better, having learned our lessons from before, and knowing better how to construct things. I mean, this basically is the lessons of construction throughout time. Like, oh, that bridge collapsed. What went wrong there? Okay, so let's not do that again. And now we have a law that you don't do that, or you have to have this done, or this building collapsed. Did you ever see that show? Cancer, the engineering disasters, it was fabulous, but it did have me very anxious for a while. Like, did they use the right screws in this building, or is this whole thing going to blow down in a windstorm? Anyway, that's the tower moment, is like you find out that you used the wrong screws. Maybe you found out that you weren't being who you actually were, and things fell apart and didn't go, you know, because you weren't who you were, because something here wasn't working. Something here wasn't working, and it fell apart and came apart. So this is a pretty big disruption to your life, pretty big overall disruption. Things got upended, things are topsy-turvy. Maybe the stable person has become the unstable person. The stable situation became very unstable all of a sudden. It's a normal part of life, although in the time it doesn't feel normal. It feels very discombobulating. In your current situation, you have this Page of Cups. This could be you, or this could be somebody around you, but I feel like this is you. Looking at your feelings, exploring your feelings, exploring emotions. The page is learning about something. So there she is. She's learning about the viscosity of this liquid called her emotions. She's learning about her feelings, learning about maybe a new emotion, maybe a new feeling that you've experienced. And there's an exploration here. You're not sharing about it. You're not talking about it. It's locked away a little bit. It's very private for you, but you are exploring some feelings, some emotions, possibly some genuine, a part of yourself that's new, that has not come to light yet. But there's a lot of privacy here, and the Cancers are anything. I don't know how to phrase that all of a sudden, but if the Cancers are private, in my experience, private, a little bit secretive. So you might be having some secret emotions, some feelings that you're exploring in private, definitely not talking about them yet, but looking at them with a lot of curiosity, not being scared by them, I hope, but just looking at them. I mean, you had a lot of things discombobulated, and it might have dislodged something inside of you that's a little bit new, and you want to explore it, of course, and figure out what on earth is this going on inside here. It does remind me of this tower moment coming in and really dislodging something. And it's almost like, I mean, last time when the tower came up, I used an earthquake. It's almost like an earthquake, and then your books came off, flying off the shelf, and then as you're putting them back, you're like, I don't remember having this book. What is this book? And then you sit down and read the book, rather than put them all back on the shelf, because it's something that you'd forgotten about yourself, or something about yourself that you didn't even know you had, got dislodged in this whole like tower situation where everything kind of got dislodged, and you're like, I didn't realize I had this. So you're exploring right now. You're reading. Sat down to read instead of put things back together. And then what you're hoping for is rapid growth. 7 of Wands here, rapid growth, lots of communication. Maybe you're hoping to be able to communicate this sometime. Maybe you found a part of yourself and you don't want to hide it anymore. Don't want to dim to fit in. You sat down, you discovered that everything got dislodged. You discovered something new about yourself in this whole upheaval. And maybe you want to talk about it now. Maybe you're ready to talk about it, or you're thinking about it. You're hoping to talk about it, to communicate something that you've discovered, that you've learned about yourself, new feelings, new people that have come into your life. There's some sort of communication that you want, but you're still holding on, so you might be worried about it. You might be worried about, well, because we got this don't dim to fit in. You might be worried about how people are going to react, how people are going to respond to what you have to say. You might be very concerned about that. Communicating that, especially you've just discovered something about yourself and you're wanting to communicate it, but you're very worried about how people are going to respond and react. This intuitive vibe, these work your light cards are saying that you are going to have to communicate that, because that's how you find your soul tribe. That's how you find the people you belong with, and the people that are going to make sense to you, is being honest about these feelings that you have, that you're not quite sure about sharing about yet. What's at issue here? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have our cautious knight. Our cautious but bold knight. He's got bold plans, sees the future, but this is in reverse. So instead of moving slowly and cautiously, the Knight of Pentacles doesn't move at all. this is fascinating because you want this fast, rapid movement. These trees are like mushrooms coming up overnight almost, right? But there's no movement. You're not going anywhere. You're not looking at the future, you're looking at the past. Maybe you're looking at past rejections, past situations, what's happened in the past here. Maybe you tried to communicate something in your past and it didn't go well. So now you're like, which is where I think, my friend was coming from was, having been honest about something in the past, it didn't go well. And then at some point, and so she was like, okay, never mind. I will just pick and choose who I am honest with. I couldn't handle watching her lie to my friends. I was like, I just can't do this. This is not who I am. So I was out. I pulled myself out, but then that opened me up to find my real soul tribe because I was being honest with who I am, with who I was and what I could and could not handle, what I did and did not want to look at. And then was able to have time and energy to find a totally different soul tribe, one whose focus is more on authenticity. So that's interesting. It is, anyway. This Knight of Pentacles, not moving forward, looking at the past, looking at past experiences, maybe about you being yourself, being true to yourself, you communicating something honestly and it not going well. And that could be what's holding you back here, what's holding the situation back here. There's also just no movement. There might not be even opportunity for movement right now. So you're just having to hold on to what you know, what you learned, what you've got here. Your environment though is like, moving on. Yeah, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, already a slow moving knight. He's in reverse. He's like not even planning. Like right here, he's looking to the future. He's planning. Right here, he's looking from the past. He's not even planning. He's just planted and not going anywhere. But you have someone in your environment. This is probably a real person, Knight of Wands, very charismatic, very exciting, ready to move forward, ready to go forward. You're not quite. But there's somebody here that's ready to move, ready to go. Let's move, let's do something. Let's get I love these people. I need them in my life. They're like, let's get this going. Let's move on to the next thing. Let's go. They could be a little extroverted. They could be, they're very excited about the future. They're ready. This is already a fairly reckless knight, brave, living right on that edge of brave and reckless, right? Wanting to move forward, very charismatic, gets people to listen to him, coming in with sort of a message of let's go, let's move. It matches this energy that you are afraid of and also enticed by, this rapid movement energy that you're contemplating, and someone comes in with like, let's go. Your to-do list is fascinating to me because it is almost this Knight of Pentacles, reverse Knight of Pentacles. It's the Hanged Man. Hang out. You don't have to move anywhere right now. You're good with just this self-exploration and feeling what you feel right now. This is happening to you for the purpose of bringing you in contact with your soul tribe, for the purpose of bringing you deeply connected friendships and relationships. But there's still more contemplation to be done. There's still more thinking, more hanging out, more dealing. Time isn't moving. There's unsettled energy, but it's not going anywhere. So you've got this unsettled energy coming in here that really wants to move forward. And your job actually is still to just remain here. Remain in this situation, exploring your feelings. I don't think you have a very good grasp on them. I don't think you're ready to communicate them yet. You're sitting here, and this is okay. This is okay. The Hanged Man is figuring out what to do next. He's figuring out how to get out of this situation. There's some stagnant energy here, as well as unsettled energy. Both of them are kind of coming together. I love this. This is your stagnant energy. This is your unsettled energy. And you're just supposed to sit with both of them. Here's your stagnant energy. Here's your unsettled energy. Your mind is unsettled, but your physicality around you needs to be, it's okay to stay right where you're at. This is fine. because I think you're just getting to know something here. You're just, you have this deep healing you need to do. And you need to be true to yourself. Someone else wants you to move forward, but you've got to be true to yourself, and being true to yourself is staying right where you're at with your feelings. You don't have to communicate anything you're not ready to communicate. You're kind of worried about being forced to communicate something and you don't want to. You're not ready to talk about it. This is okay. This is fine. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you need to figure out what your next steps are. You've had a huge upheaval. You had this big tower moment upheaval, and you're welcome to sit and adjust to it. Get used to the upheaval. I do believe it happened for your benefit, not necessarily to ruin you or to mess up your life or steal all your time and make you do things you didn't want to do. It's all happening for a reason for you. And I love this Hanged Man here. There's something around you that's pushy, a little bit pushy, but you get to just stay right where you want to stay. You don't have to move. You've got a lot on your mind. You've got a lot to sort through. You've got this deep healing going on. You know, you don't want to dim to fit in, but I think you've got just some sort of intuition about that, and that it's not time yet. And you are able to stay here. There's like both the unsettled energy of your mind of figuring things out, lots of stuff going on up here, but you're okay. It's okay to, don't let anybody rush you. Don't let anybody push you. Don't dim to fit in. And what's funny is that sounds like you're this person, and this is trying to hold you back, hold your horses, rein you in, right? But I'm also seeing that don't dim to fit in. If your heart is like, I'm not ready to go yet, this Hanged Man is like, yeah, then don't go. If you're not ready to go, don't go. If you're not ready to move, despite this pushy energy, I see this kind of pushy energy here, but you're not ready. So don't force yourself to be ready, you know? This sounds like the big light, and that we're trying to put it, hide it, or tamp it down. But what it could be is your own light, your inner light that you're just exploring right now is saying, I want to stay put. I don't want to move this. I don't want to make any big decisions right now. I want to figure some more stuff out. Don't dim that inner light that's telling you to do that, okay? Where you're going, though, or a possible outcome here, is this Eight of Swords. This is not being happy with where you're at and being ready to move on a little bit. It comes across as a depression, as an ending. Something could be ending here. Something could be ending, and it could be very upsetting for you, but there's also this glimmer of light and this glimmer of hope that you're not always going to have this head bowed situation. But there is like something that is going to weigh heavily on you, possibly coming into the future. And it could be, yeah, something's going to weigh heavily on you. But I do see this card as a deep healing, a moment of having the weight, but then this glimmer coming in here and focusing on that glimmer and realizing that you don't have to be in this heavy place forever. So that's why I feel like the Hanged Man is just fine. You're not going to be here forever, right? There is going to be something that changes the dynamic coming in naturally. Your own intuition is going to let you know when it's time to move forward. So that's traditionally what the Eight of Cups is your own intuition letting you know when it's time to move forward. This Eight of Cups has you like heavy contemplating. You've got these really full cups on your mind, a lot of emotion, a lot of feelings on your mind, a lot of heaviness, possibly processing this tower moment here, this ending of something, but there is a glimmer of hope here, and your own intuition will let you know when it's time to move forward. So listening to your own intuition, not listening to other people trying to push you, trying to move you forward at a faster pace than what you want to go, but listening to your own intuition, and it is going to tell you when it's time to move forward. All right, we're going to try out we're going to do this Wild Kuan. Yeah, nope, that's the book, but I'll take, no, I don't want to take, I don't know. All right, do we have a card for Cancer? I'll take the top one. Support. So, medicine of the Divine Mother. Choose your divine medicine to feel grounded and peaceful. Your morning walk, daily prayer, yoga class, time to dance each evening or meditate, to do an oracle card reading, or sit quietly with a cup of tea and reflect upon what you are grateful for in the moment. Simple daily routines done with awareness allow you to feel my love for you. So I feel like this is about support. I also feel like this is about, you know, taking some time out. It's okay to take some time out from the hustle and bustle and just focus on what's within, how you feel, what you think, getting in touch with your own inner light and making sure that you know, all the unsettled energy that we live in, all the unsettled stuff, we're at least settled and we're in touch with that. And then once we are in touch with our own inner light, we don't dim it, right? Because what would be the point? Okay, well, Cancer, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your subscribes. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful week.